Hey everyone, I want to show you something really cool that you can do on your Brother or Babylock embroidery machine. And some of you already know this and perhaps you've already done this, but some people may not realize that you can do beautiful buttonholes on your embroidery machine. Now I know some of our embroidery machines have built-in buttonholes and they tend to be the larger ones, but what if you want some small buttonholes to do on the front of a jacket, just like I'm working on a denim jacket right here. And I purchased a design off of Etsy, and the design was only $2.49, and I got buttonholes in all the major formats, and in each format you had, gosh, I think it was at least 12 sizes of buttonholes, and these are the smaller ones that you can use for clothing. So if you are familiar with sewing with thicker fabrics, and I'm predominantly a garment sewer, doing buttonholes on coating fabrics and denim jackets like this one that I was working on, the junction right here up at the top where you have the seam allowance of the neckline and the seam allowance down the front, you go to do that buttonhole and your buttonhole foot is always like on a tilt. And even with the stabilizer plate, I find it is still hard to do and I'm not getting the perfect results that I want. So in this jacket right here, I'm going to be doing embroidered buttonholes. So let's see how these buttonholes shaped up on my embroidery machine, and I'll show you how I work this out and how easy it is to do, and I'll also tell you what stabilizers I use for this project. All right, thanks for watching, and don't forget, Brother Babylock embroidery machines, you can do your buttonholes here instead of using your sewing machine. For the embroidered buttonholes, I'm going to be using the original manufacturer's hoop, and this is the 5x7 hoop. I have sticky back stabilizer hooped up inside, and I've already scored it with a pin, and you just run the tip of the pin along the inside of the hoop, and I also do a slash down the center, so it's a little bit easier to pick this up. I'm going to peel this away and take this off, and the brand is the store brand where I work, but I believe we buy it from Dime. So I'm just going to take that off. Okay. And then just toss that paper backing aside. And then you're left with it being sticky. Now this has more stick than maybe Filmoplast. I do like to use Filmoplast, but not for what I'm going to do because I really need to make sure that this will have a firm stick in the hoop. Now this is 2 layers of a scrap piece of denim. I have the 2 layers secured together with 505 temporary adhesive spray to minimize any type of shifting. And now I'm going to do my embroidered buttonholes. The buttons that I'm using are the silver denim snap buttons that I purchased from campsnaps.com, and I measured these are 5/8 of an inch in size. So when I went to use the embroidered buttonhole design, they have various sizes, all different ones, and I chose the 5/8 of an inch as well as the 3/4 inch. So now I'm going to go to the screen and I'm going to show you these buttonholes. I'm using the blue background for this video because this simulates the color of my jackets. It's the closest color. So I'll pick the design off of my USB stick, put it in B pocket, scroll down, and I have the 2 buttonholes right here. So I will import the first one, set that design, add the next one, and I will set this design as well. So I need to move these around or else they're going to be embroidering one on top of the other, and that's not what I want. So I will select one of those and I'm going to move this as close to the second one as possible. And I'm going to use my movement keys, my arrow keys, because I get a little bit better control by doing this. Now these are the 2 keyhole buttonholes in the 5/8 and the 3/4 inch size. So I'm going to press edit end, and I'm going to simulate a color that I might use. Now I have white on my number 3 needle, so I'm going to go into my embroidery and I'm going to use the magic wand to change this to 3, and I have to do both of the colors, and I'll change this one to 3 as well. So now I'm ready to embroider, and I'm going to put the hoop on, and let's see how these stitch out. I'm going to take this out of the hoop. This is tearaway stabilizer. So I'm just going to tear this away from the back. And then tear it around here. All right. And now it's time. Fray check and to slice those buttonholes open. Once your buttonholes have been embroidered, the next step is to apply fray check or fray block to the center of the buttonhole. And you want to place the tip right in the center and be very careful not to get this anywhere else. So really don't squeeze until you get it right at the tip, and then just run it right down. This is a great liquid to use to prevent fraying once you slit your buttonholes open, so your buttonholes will look fabulous for many years to come. And you could also put it on the back side as well. It's been about 10 to 15 minutes, so I did slit the buttonholes with the buttonhole cutter, and look at them. These buttonholes are absolutely beautiful. I'm going to take my denim button right here, and let's see. Size-wise, I think the 3/4 inch is going to be great. So let me just put this around here, and I'm going to put it right through the buttonhole. Let's see if it fits. Oh, and it does. It fits beautifully. So this is going to be the buttonhole that I'm going to put on my denim jacket, the 3/4 inch, and check it out. It is just so much easier than doing a buttonhole on the machine, working with thick fabric, having to use a stabilizer plate. This is amazing. So I am really a convert to the buttonholes on my embroidery machine. And last year I was thinking about possibly getting an industrial buttonholer, but then some of the buttonholes only do keyholes, some do regular ones, and they're expensive anyway. They're about $5,000, $6,000, $7,000. And honestly, if I could get something else with my money and still get great buttonholes using my embroidery machine, I am sold. All right, you guys, thanks for watching. And I want to inspire you, if you have an embroidery machine, start thinking about doing your buttonholes on the embroidery machine as opposed to your sewing machine. It's so cool. And I think you get much better results, especially on thicker fabrics. But I still have to try this out on my finished garment. So once I do, I'll be sure to do another video on the completed denim jacket. All right, you guys, thanks. All right, you guys, thanks for watching, and I hope you learned something new today. Thinking outside the box again. Use your embroidery machine for some of those tasks, some of those sewing tasks that we think sometimes are kind of hard or challenging. And buttonholes aren't challenging, but they can be challenging on thicker fabrics and tricky areas. So this may be the machine just for you if you're doing home deck projects or garment sewing. Thanks for watching.